Hi everybody, this is Matador, and this is a trade I took in Agilent some time ago, and this is kind of interesting. The stock was in a fairly nice established downtrend. You can see all the moving averages are getting in line and falling. Even the 200 MA are starting to roll over here. A lot of series of lower highs through here, lower lows as well, but then this stock actually traced a double bottom here, almost a slightly higher swing low here. So I was watching this, and it actually rallied back up to the 50 MA, put in a nice high base, which is a pretty interesting thing to see in a downtrend, and traced a higher swing low right there. Right, so let me draw that in here. Nice higher swing low, right? And the stock then traced another possible higher swing low right there. And I said to myself, that's a pretty good pullback to an area of support. Right, a lot of people on this last run up from here to here got hurt, and they're going to want out when the stock pulls back. So that can be an area of support. Doesn't have to be a great one to give me what I want. Right, so on the next day, when this stock opened, it gapped up. So my stop limit order never got filled. It gapped up past the limit portion of my stop limit order, but I kept the order in just to see if I could get a fill on the pullback, and the next day I got filled on that trade. Right, so a little bit speculative. I know I'm in a pretty nice established downtrend, but I do have an inverse head and shoulders now. There's a shoulder and a shoulder, or a shoulder and a head. So you kind of get the idea. The stock is rounding now at the bottom, starting to show a little bit of strength, but I do have the 100 MA overhead as well as the 200. The 100 could be problematic. The 200 is so far away. I'm going to be so far past break even on this trade. I'll be in good shape. I'll be taking money off the table as well. So this stock actually goes in my favor. Runs right up to a logical area of resistance. So right through here, I'll draw a line across that. That would be a great place to look for this stock to put in some resistance in that area. And it's also right at the 100 MA. Right, so no big deal. I move my stop to break even. Playing with the house's money always feels good. Big psychological edge there, and the stock actually breaks out of that, which is great. All right, next couple of days go by, and on that day right there, toward the end of the day, I exited half of my trade for a nice gain. A nice little 3-point gain. Let the other half go for just a couple of days, and on that day right there, I got out of the other half. And the reason is not because I didn't have room up to the 200 MA, or because the logical place of resistance on this chart was back here. It's because earnings was coming up. And I could have given it a little bit more room, but sometimes they will announce earnings early. So if I'd stayed in a little bit longer, I might have been able to capitalize on that little move up there. But sometimes earnings will announce early, and they'll stop me out. And I don't want to do that unless I have some good protection in the form of a hedge. And actually this earnings gap down, so that was turned out to be a good move, and that was within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8 days before earnings. So again, could I have traded that any better? Maybe. I probably could have bought some protection in the form of a put, but that would have cost me some insurance. Had I wanted to stay in this, that's what I would have done, except the 200 MA Big Red was coming, and I didn't want to try to fight through that. So I lived to fight another day, take a few good points off the table, and that ends up being a good trade. Well, thanks for joining me on freetradingvideos.com, and I'll talk to you soon.